everybody, my name is Jen and welcome to Rise and Shine Yoga. A nice, relaxing, chill practice that you can use in the morning to kind of get yourself started. In the middle of the day as a little pick-me-up, or at the end of the day as a bring everything back down again. So we are starting in a comfortable position and we are going to do some alternate nostril breathing today. Now, if that's not comfortable for you because of your availability to breathe through your nose, that's okay. Just breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, or vice versa, or just nice and slow and controlled in through the mouth and out through the mouth. If you have the availability to do alternate nostril breathing, you're going to join me with it. We're going to do it for a couple minutes. You're going to go in through one nostril, out through the other, in through one nostril, out through the other, and use your finger to block off the alternate side so you can worry about concentrating on just the breath, okay? So I'm a little chilly, so I'm just going to be all nice in here, kind of cozied up to do it, but if you want to be seated, lying down, on a couch, whatever seems best for you, that's what we're going to do. So we are going to do this for 3 minutes. Come join me. Okay, ready? Let's go in through one and out through the other. We're here for 1 more minute. Hopefully you're coming into yourself, you're relaxing a bit, and we're really just concentrating on just your breath. So about 1 more minute. Go in 1 more time through and out 1 more time through. Take a big breath in through the mouth and out through the mouth. How are we feeling? Feeling all right? Okay, so we're going to transition on to our backs. So I'm just going to move this out of the way. we have our feet planted on the ground. We have our hands on our belly, and we're just going to rock that pelvis forward and back. One more time. And then come to nice neutral back. All right, first bring one leg out a little bit. Bring the other knee in. Give a big squeeze. And do some circles from the hip. And switch directions. And release. Let's switch it up. Other leg. Bring that knee in first. And some circles. And switch direction. Release. Bring both of those feet in and rock onto the toes, rock onto the heels. Switch back and forth. Stay up on those toes. Walk in, out on those toes, and switching which leg leads first. And let's switch to those heels. Out, in, other side leads. And one more. Beautiful. Roll onto your side. Come into a giant ball. Give yourself a big squeeze. Then keep this lower leg where it is. Take that upper leg. Give yourself a quad stretch of bringing that foot back behind. Release and move around that ankle. And switch directions. Pointing and flexing. And moving around those toes. Okay, let's switch over to the other side. You can just turn around, face the other direction, no problem. All right, we are coming in to a big ball first. Leaving that bottom leg where it is, take that top leg, bring it back behind. Quad stretch. Release, move those toes, feet around in a circle, ankle, that's an ankle, and switch directions. Let's plane and flex. And move around those toes. Awesome. Come on to all fours. Take your time, no rush. And let's go through some cat-cows. Nice and slow. Super big cat, Halloween cat, arch that back, drop that head. And then release that into a cow. Back to our cat. And our cow. Switching back and forth now a little bit faster, but at your own pace. and then come to a nice neutral spine, flat back. Let's do some bird dogs. So I'm going to take my left leg, bring it back. I'm going to move my right arm, bring it in front, and then lift, trying to come to as flat a back in a nice straight line as I can. I want to look forward or look down. Pull the belly button in. And then release it down. Set up other side, right leg goes back, right arm's gonna go in front, and lift it all up. Toes pointed down. And release, we're gonna do that 2 more times each side. Side A, up and hold. Other side, lift it all up. And release last time. Lift it up on side A. And down. And lift it up onto side B. And down. Let's sit back. Have those hands come behind you, palms up, and lower everything down onto your thighs. Bring those arms a little bit out to the side, not crazy out, around maybe like a 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock time frame type of thing. And drop that head back down. And then bring those hands back behind you, and then bring them in front at about 12 o'clock. One more time, head down. Come back through tabletop. Take one leg back behind, lift, cross it behind, push it back down. Lean back. Come on. Other side, bring it back, cross it over, push back. Release, sit back on those heels, sitting up nice and tall. Roll those shoulder blades back and down. Do that 2 more times. Up and back down. And up and back down, holding it here, sitting up nice and tall for 3 breaths. Beautiful. Staying nice and tall. Just a little twist one way. And a little twist the other way. Come back to the center. If you want, lean forward a little bit, tuck those toes under, lean back. If this is too much, go back to the position that we just were in. And we're just holding it here, shoulders back and down still. For 3. For 2. For 1. Hands on the ground, push yourself back so you're on your toes. We're just in this little toe stand here. Your hands can be on the ground, or if you feel comfortable, you can bring your hands up onto your thighs or into prayer pose. Just holding here for a couple seconds. Seeing what your balance is like today. And then slowly putting your hands on the ground, inching up, straightening those legs as much as they're going to straighten today. And just let those hands and arms and head hang. And then rolling up, nice and tall, all the way up, just standing. Wonderful. Shake it out. Bring those feet a little wide. Lean in one way, opening up the side of the thigh. Hands can be wherever they want to be. And switch it over to the other way. Back to the center. Let's bring those feet both facing one direction, having those feet nice and wide, at least hip width apart. Bring that belly button, face it the same way that your feet are pointing, so everything's going that way in this case. My hands are on my hips, my shoulders are back and down. I'm going to bend that front knee forward. I can lift that back heel off the ground, that's fine. And bring those arms up. I'm going to lean my weight on the back foot. I'm going to pivot on that back foot. And then I'm going to lean forward. But I'm still going to face that front direction. So wherever my front leg is pointing, my kneecap is pointing, that's where my belly button's pointing. And I'm going to do a little bit of a back bend if it feels good. I know the blood's rushing from your arms. Almost done. Bring those hands back, torso up. Turn and face one way. Legs are still where they are. Back to the center and turn the other way slightly. Come back to center, straighten that leg, bring that foot in. So now all feet are facing forward. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to face the other direction. Both sets of feet, both sets of toes are all facing this same way. My belly button's facing this same way. And I'm going to bend that front knee a little bit. I'm going to bend that back knee a little bit. My heel's going to come up. My arms can come up. I'm going to lean back a little bit. I'm going to pivot on that back leg. I'm still going to face forward. Still going to lean in. And if I want to do a little back bend, I can. And bring those hands down to the hips. I'm going to straighten that leg a little bit. Turn and face the way. And then the other way. My leg is not locked out here. There's still a little bend. Come back to the center. Bring those feet in and bring those heels in. All right, so we're going to do some crossing over, some eagle arms and eagle legs. So we're going to start with those eagle arms and then add the eagle legs and then do them together. But at any point in time, you can break this down and do them individually. So if you don't feel like together is where you want to be today, separate them out, no problem. All right, so my feet are just about hip width apart. Just a nice stabilizing balance here. We're not going to do anything with these legs for a second, but we obviously don't want to fall over. So bring both arms out and let's just do some circles with those wrists. Move around those fingers. Everything's nice and loose. And I take my right arm under my left, so I have this little cross. So I can give myself a hug here. My palms can either face each other or the backs of my hands can face each other, whatever is more convenient and comfortable for you today. My elbows are nice and low. We want to change that. We're going to bring those elbows up high. And we're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Shake it out. We're going to ready to do the other side. I'm going to take my hands, do some little circle wrist doorknob action. Take my left under my right. Decide where my palms are going to be. Hopefully they can be the same way they just were on the other side. And let's lift those elbows for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Shake it out. Okay, so give your arms a little bit of a break. We're going to do that with our legs. Now, a couple different options here. We can either just cross that leg over, and then that's where we be. That's totally fine. We can lift that leg up, and we can kind of cross it behind here. So my foot is kind of on the back of my calf. Or you can add on to it, and you can do kind of a little squat, which gives my a chance for my foot to wrap completely around. I don't know if you can see. Wrong. It's peeking. I swear it's peeking. So I'm going to go into a little bit more of a squat so I have a little bit more room to move there. So you can decide which one works well for you. We're going to do the same thing, nice and slow, one of each, 10-second hold. If you need something around for balance, it doesn't mean you necessarily are going to use it, but I always want to take out any extra stress that we can from my yoga practice. So if having something there to hold on to, if you feel a little wiggly and you feel like you can't get out fast enough for your own comfort, have it there, no worries. All right, so I'm going to take one leg over the other, decide where my variation is, get into that pose and posture, and then just sit back, arms wherever they're going to be for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come out. And if you need to come out early, no worries, no problem. You can either take a second and go back in, or just take that extra second out, no problem. Okay, other side. Find the variation you want. And let's hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Shake it out. So we're going to do the eagle arms and the eagle legs together. We're going to do them 2 times to each side, holding for about 10 seconds. And that gives you the opportunity that if you're like, I really don't feel like I want to do them together today, that gives you a chance to do arms and legs independently and make themselves kind of equal out. So I'm going to do my best to do both sides, or do the upper and the lower together. On the right side, 10 seconds. On the left side, 10 seconds. On the right side, 10 seconds. On the left side, 10 seconds. You get it. But if you're going to do something else, that's totally fine. We are going to go into a little bit of a tree afterwards. So I would suggest that if you're not into this, that's totally fine, but don't go into tree because we are going there very shortly. But you could just do a swing, 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 anything you want. Your practice, I'm just giving suggestions. Okay, so I'm going to take my right leg and cross it over. I'm going to take my right arm and cross it under. That's how I'm going to do my side. You do your side your way, just make sure that they equal themselves out. All right, so I'm going to get my right leg kind of sort of situated. Put my right arm underneath, and then when I squat down, I'm gonna lift up to where I need to be. All right, so figure out what you're gonna do today. And let's go down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come on out. Take a breath. Lovely. Left side under. And let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. All right, take a second, move around, grab some water, shake those arms and legs and wrists and ankles out. And we have one more time each side. How are we doing? Doing all right? Remember with these recorded classes, the benefit of these classes is number one, you can do them whenever you want. But number two, you can pause. If you're like, I need more time, pause, go, do something, come back. And don't go like to the mall and come back, but do what you need to do, come back, we're here for you. All right, one more time, right leg crossed over, right arm crossed under, and let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Left leg crossed over, left arm crossed under, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. All right, shake a couple more seconds, walk around, and we are going to do 2 trees to each side. 20 seconds. And then we'll go back down to the ground and cool it down. So remember, for the tree, you can be here. You can be here. You can be here, but not on the knee. So I think I'm gonna be kind of here today, just a little bit off the ground, but not forcing myself into a position that I'm not comfortable for today. And my hands are just going to be in the front, kind of in a prayer position. They can be up in front this way. They can be up in front this way. They can be on the hips, wherever they need to be. They can be in a mudra. They can be whatever you need to balance. Okay? Find a spot on the floor and just breathe and relax. All right. So side A, whatever your side A is for today, we're starting in 3 and 2 and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Relax. Ready for side 2? On your mark, get set, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Shake it out. Walk a bit. Grab some water. The last thing we're doing is standing up today. All right, we ready for side A again? If not, hit pause. All right, let's lift and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Other side. And let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Relax. Take a second. If you have anything that you're going to put on for your Shavasana time, this is a great time to grab it. We're not there yet, but I want to make sure that they're nearby when we're ready. So I have my little socks because my toes are quite chilly right now. I'm just going to drop them down there so when it's time for Shavasana, I can slip them up. All right, so we're going to bring our feet a little bit in the shoulder width apart, and we're going to do a really low, slow squat all the way down, and then come to either a toe stand with those feet out wide. So either coming here in this little froggy pose, your heels can be up, or they can be a little bit farther apart, and then the heels can be down. Whatever is more comfortable for you. If you could hold it there, great. If not, just come down to the ground and bring those hips straight down to the ground, okay? The idea is nice and slow and controlled, but we shouldn't be in any pain for this. It's just a slow transition rather than a painful squat. Okay. So let's just go down nice, slow. And then when I need to, I'm gonna come up onto those toes. I'm gonna figure out, can I drop those heels or not? See what's in my body ability today. And then bring those hands behind and then lower yourself all the way to the ground. Okay. Let's bring those feet in, but we're not crossing them. They're here. They're not here. Just bring them in. Maybe those knees touch the ground. Maybe they're nowhere near touching the ground. It's okay. And I'm just going to lean in just a little bit. So I feel a little bit of a pull in those hips and those thighs, but it's not painful. And then let's come up and let's switch those legs. Now maybe one side feels better than the other. All right, let's lean forward a bit. All right, let's come on up. Let's bring those knees in and just hold on and just rock a little side to side, or we could do some little circles on the hip bones, one way and then the other. And then find some stillness. Shoulders back and down. Even if I'm tucked in like this, I can still have my shoulders back and down. And I'm just going to turn and face one way and really stretch out the side of the neck. And the other way. Really taking that time. Come back to the center, drop that head all the way down. Come on up, bring those legs out in front of you. Toes pointed up to the ceiling. Sitting up nice and tall. Bring that shoulder to the ear, and if you want to add a slight resistance of the hand, it's not pushing, it's just the weight, but toes are up. And let's switch it out to the other side. and release. All right, so I'm gonna turn and face sideways, keeping those legs where they are. We're gonna do a little bit of a saw. So I'm sitting up nice and tall. I'm in as much of a 90-degree angle here as I can be. I'm gonna take one arm, I'm gonna hold it out to the side. I'm gonna come on in and I'm gonna reach towards that ankle and then come up. Other side. Reach to the ankle and come up and just go back and forth. If you reach the knee, that's fine. If you reach the ankle, that's fine. If you reach beyond the toes, that's fine. Let's do 3 more each side. For 3. For 2. For 1. Beautiful. Bend those knees. And let's lay on our backs. Drop those knees to one side. Nice spinal twist. Bring those knees to the other side. Come on in. Bring those knees in. Bring that head up. Big ball. And release those feet down. Bring one leg over. Make a figure 4. Take a second and then grab behind that thigh. Your leg can be bent, your leg can be straight, your head can be on the ground, or your head can be lifted. Whatever you do with side A, you're going to do with side B though. And release it down. All right, let's do the other side. Cross that leg over. Grab behind that thigh, lift that leg up. Remember, you want to match side A and side B, so whatever you did. And release it down. I'm going to scooch myself to the end of my mat so I have enough room up top to do some snow angel arms. So I want to make sure I can go all the way out without hitting anything, even if that means my legs are bent. So we're just going to have those palms face the ceiling. Trap those shoulders as much as you can on the ground. I know due to limitations in the shoulders, some people can't touch, some people can. That's fine, whatever it is with you today. And then come out a little bit. Bring those arms back down. Let them rest. Lift up a little bit. Come on out. Bring those arms down. Let them rest. And we're just going to continue. Holding it for about a second or 2. Lifting up. Coming out. Holding it about a second or 2. And coming all the way down to 6 o'clock. And then go all the way back up to 12. Based on where you feel tightness, maybe you stay a little longer in that position, that number. That's fine. But I want to make sure that every bit is its own identity. It's not just skipping over a part. Because even if something is painful, well, we don't want to stay in that pain. we do want to kind of acknowledge its existence. So if your shoulder or arm is hurting at a certain position, we don't fix it right now, but we acknowledge it's there, so later we can figure out, maybe, am I leaning weird when I'm driving? Am I sleeping more interesting at night? Am I carrying something heavy on one shoulder and not the other? And if you're not already working your way back up to the top, this is your invitation to do so. And then when you do make it up to the top, transition yourself into your Shavasana. So putting on anything that you need to put on, adjusting yourself on your mat. I'm going to put my little socks on and getting yourself nice and comfortable for about 3 minutes. The other benefit of this being a recorded class is, number one, you can stay in the Shavasana for as long as you want. But if you're like, oh shoot, I need to go grab a Kleenex, I need to go grab some water, my dog needs to come out or come in, you can pause it and get yourself situated and then come back. Take some of the pressure out. Okay. So we're here for our 3 minutes, and we are going to say goodbye in this 3-minute posture, so I will let you know when it is time. But you set yourself up for success here. Get comfortable. We are coming to the end of class, so I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you took that little bit of time for yourself. If you are going back to your day, slowly wiggle fingers and toes, bat your eyes open, and make your way to a seated position. But otherwise, stay there. Enjoy it. Another 20 seconds, another minute. Do what you can. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you another week.